Sir, I can tell you 1,000,000%.
Sir, you're just flicking us up.
I don't think a tank should be driving down my neighborhood street.
That's the problem. If you come up here looking for a problem, I can assure you they will relocate you to 39th Ave. You CIC flagged as an individual who's intentionally trying to harass law enforcement.
That you're gonna okay.
I tried to tell you politely to move on. You respond by flicking me off. I didn't have to tolerate your disrespect when you violate the law. And then I politely come down here, and what do? You continue to move over after I tell you to stop. That's on you. You want to be belligerent. I have no problem making your life rough. I have no problem with that if that's the kind of person you are. If it's funny to you, I have no problem with that either. Well, you're smiling while you talk to me. So the issue is this. You're going to talk to a judge in the morning because you're now under arrest.
What happens when a deputy with a history of harassment, lies, and retaliation sues his own sheriff for discrimination? He wins $15 million. This is the story of Sergeant Kevin Davis of the Alachua County Sheriff's Office. A man protected by internal affairs, empowered by silence, and shielded by a system built to protect itself. I'm Rights Crispy, holding the line for transparency, accountability, and the truth. The first time I met Sergeant Davis, I watched him do what he does best, harass the powerless, threatening to take them to jail and escalating without reason. It was pure intimidation. That moment told me everything about who he was.
So hear me out, I'll let you talk in a second. According to her, they've already trespassed into the property. If you come up here looking for a problem, I can assure you they will relocate you to 39th Avenue. You understand?
Yeah, I got him. He won't be, I promise you. I'll make sure he doesn't do that.
All right, man, have a good one.
Yep, I got it.
But this wasn't new behavior. Back in 2015, Davis made headlines after pulling over a Gainesville man using an armored personnel carrier. His crime? He gave the deputies a middle finger.
Yes, sir. Give me my wallet. I'm really getting pulled over by a tank right now.
Yes, sir.
You know, the Supreme Court actually ruled that you're legally allowed to flick off police officers.
Okay. That's not what we're talking to you about. Come over here. Stand right here between the headlights, please. Mr. Jewell, please stand between the headlights.
I'm getting...
Stand between the headlights where I told you to. If I have to ask you again, you will be put in handcuffs and arrested for resisting. Do you understand me? Look at me. Do you understand me?
I will comply.
Thank you. The reason that you're being stopped is for improper hand signal, which I don't know anything about a Supreme Court ruling that you can flick a cop off. What I do know about that extending your arm out the driver's side window of a vehicle and flicking somebody off is an improper hand signal. There are legitimate hand signals to use.
I wasn't trying to
stop. I'm
yes,
not
sir.
Done. Okay. There's legitimate hand signals to use when you're driving.
Yes,
and that's
sir.
fine. All right.
Yes, sir.
That's why you're being stopped. I explained to him why he's being stopped.
Sir, I can tell you 1,000,000%.
Sir, now you're just flicking us off.
I don't think a tank should be driving down my neighborhood streets.
That's an armored vehicle. That's not a tank.
You're telling me this isn't a tank?
You were in the Navy,
Yeah.
and you think that's a tank.
You telling me this something like this doesn't go to Iraq?
Film after your video. You think that's a tank?
They're telling me that this right here is not a tank. He told me to do that. He told me to do that.
It's called an armored personnel carrier.
It's called a what?
Armored personnel carrier. And I'm gonna tell you what.
It's basically a tank.
I don't mind you recording that, but you're not gonna point it at me because there are firearms, one-round firearms that are made at devices like that.
I just want to stop this and point out how ridiculous it is that Davis would argue semantics about whether the Bearcat is a tank or not, but then wants to say that the kid's phone can be confused for a firearm.
Listen, so if you want to film all of us, I don't mind that, but we'll set your camera up where it can film all of us.
Yes, sir.
All right? You want to sit it right here? And it'll face this way where we're all talking.
Can I just point it at me?
That's fine.
Okay.
You're not going to point it.
The sheriff's office later admitted that the stop was wrong. Davis was suspended for just 1 day without pay. They made him write the department's new armored vehicle policy as a slap on the wrist, but also confirming that there was misuse. The second time I met Davis was after I was unlawfully pulled over and subjected to a Terry stop. This time, he was trying to cop-splain and rewrite the story he never witnessed. He complained about me interrupting his incorrect account of what happened, and when I finally got a chance to tell him my side, he kept interrupting me. So I knew he wasn't going to correct the unlawful behaviors, and I dismissed him. Davis wasn't just abusing his authority, he was abusing the truth itself.
Sergeant Davis from the Sheriff's Office, how can I help you?
He said that I'm interfering because I drove by. I said, hey, that's freedom of speech. My kids yelled out, leave him alone. This guy starts saying he doesn't have his seatbelt on. That thing goes on before the car does. I always have my seatbelt. It's habit. Then he starts saying I'm interfering.
Give me a second.
Interfering is a physical act. Interfering is a physical act. I'm trying to educate him.
You're using some kind of condescending terms. I'm pretty
no,
sure
sir.
he's familiar
I don't
with the
mean
law.
that.
So when you stop to talk to them,
I didn't stop.
Okay, well you stop here when you try to flag me down into here.
Well, he told me to pull over, and I didn't have anywhere to pull over. I'm sorry. Don't get upset. I'm just
not
explaining,
upset, but
clarifying.
The issue is I'm trying to explain something to you.
Sure, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And
I'll wait
you're
my
really
turn.
Just trying to make an issue out of something
No.
that you may not either understand, which I'm trying to explain to you, and you've interrupted me on a couple times. So just
And
hear me out,
apologize.
and then I'll listen to you. Okay?
Sure.
So in the future, if you have a concern about what's going on, there's nothing wrong
But
with
calling the sheriff's office. You can call and say, hey, can I speak to the supervisor? Reference whatever I have a concern with, and then we will try to answer that. If it's an issue that needs to be addressed, we'll address that issue. But if it's an issue where you're not understanding the law, we need to explain it to you. Just be receptive to the fact, okay, maybe I wasn't aware that's the law, and that's what their job is. But in the future, please do not stop in the middle of a roadway when you try to flag me down, because if you would have got rear-ended, that's going to be a ticket on you. You can't stop standing in the middle of a public roadway. So just pull over, get out here and go, hey, Sarge, can I talk to you when you're done? And I'll come over here and talk to you. Makes sense?
Yeah, all right. May I?
Yes.
Then this guy with the beard started saying that I had a no seatbelt on. That's a lie. That's making a false accusation against me. Then this guy says that I'm interfering, regardless of
Were
your.
you told to move on?
Excuse me.
Were you told to move on?
No.
So nobody told you to move on. You're not involved in this.
No, sir. I have it all on video.
Okay.
Once he said that I'm interfering, that's an unconstitutional ordinance that you have, and interfering,
Is it actually?
regardless
Hear me out.
regardless of your
Who
ordinance,
said it's unconstitutional?
the Supreme Court, the
Actually,
United
that's incorrect. That was
no,
the prior law, not the
no,
current law.
the United States Supreme Court has
You're
ruled on this.
incorrect, sir.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll see.
That's fine, and he can also tell you to move on down the road. And if you
And I
refuse-
did.
If you refuse to do
No,
that while he's in the middle of an investigation, you're now harassing a law enforcement officer conducting
No,
his
we're not.
responsibility.
We can't harass.
You can go
Harassment.
talk to whoever you'd like to talk to.
Look up harassment.
Sir, nothing I can help you
You're
with.
wrong
You
with
already
that
know-
again.
Well, how can I help you?
Maybe get a lieutenant here
Not gonna
who
happen.
understands.
You can contact the sheriff's office, you can contact your attorney,
All right.
you can contact the judge, whoever you think you need to speak to, because it's obvious you're not open to the actual law.
I've done this for 3 years. I know it's not that
That's
long.
fine.
It's not as long
I'm
as you
not gonna
guys,
be
but I have a
harassed
little
by an
bit.
individual. There's a
clo-
reason- there's a
I'm
place
not
to do
trying to
this.
harass
Well,
you,
that's
man.
exactly what you did to the deputy over there.
That's
So
not
this-
what I did to the
that's actually all
deputy.
recorded,
That's a
just
false
so you know.
accusation again.
Sir, I have nothing else to discuss with you. If you want to prove
All right,
the
get back to
issue-
work. Go
Thank you.
10-8.
That's what I'm gonna do, man.
Go 10-8. Go 10-8. I wear my seatbelt all the time, liar. What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number? That's not your name and badge number, is it?
It's all this.
Can you give me his name and badge number? They failed to identify.
They want to look up the new Florida statute regarding harassing law enforcement.
Is
Look
there-
that one up. It's
I
getting ready
will.
to take place, and you're really getting to the issue where these deputies were doing nothing to you. You want to walk up in their
I
face,
have a freedom of
you and I
speech,
discussed
and I can
today.
redress my
That's correct.
grievances.
You're
I
also
want
a
his
private
name and
property.
badge number
His name
because
is-
he.
His name is Deputy Aldis. Okay.
What's his badge number?
Tell me badge number.
1791.
1791, and yours
Your
again?
tag number, correct?
Okay.
Hotel Bravo 21. So I'll know when you call in who I spoke with.
If
What's
you
your name?
run that through David, that's a
No, I'm
retaliation.
going to run it through my record system.
NCIC?
Because you're now going to be flagged as an individual who's intentionally trying to harass law enforcement.
That
in
you're
Alachua
gonna-
County.
okay, I have
That's
that on
correct.
record.
That's correct. Have a
Stand
good
by,
day.
Sergeant Davis.
ID 4.
You got it. You A got few it. days earlier, Davis saw a woman on the median. He told her to move, and when she gave him the finger and started moving, he got out of his comfy spot, almost crashed into a couple cars, and told her to stop. She finished crossing the street and stopped, but that wasn't good enough for him. Civil rights journalist Jeff Gray of Honor Your Oath Civil Rights Investigations filed a formal complaint calling it exactly what it was: retaliation under the color of law. The person overseeing all these complaints, Captain Becky Butcher, said that the only thing he did wrong was he wasn't wearing his body cam. He left it on the passenger seat of his cruiser. We'll learn more about Captain Becky Butcher in a minute.
I tried to tell you politely to move on. You respond by flicking me off. I don't have to tolerate your disrespect when you violate the law. You understand what I'm saying? So then I politely come down here, and what do? You continue to move over after I tell you to stop. That's
Well, I
on
know
you.
when to stop
You
in the
want to
middle of traffic.
be belligerent. I have no
Okay.
problem making your life rough. I have no
no
problem with that if that's the kind of person you are.
If it's funny to you, I have no problem with that either. Well, you're smiling
My
while you
mouth
talk
is
to me.
open.
So the issue is this. You're going to talk to a judge in the morning because you're now under arrest.
Okay.
I tried to give her a warning over the PA.
Yeah.
She flicks me off. So then I start pulling down here. She starts to try to walk off. I say, hey, stop right there. She comes across over here. She was trying to make it more difficult when
Sure.
I was right there with her at the median.
Yeah.
God, I still got that smell. You grab an alcohol-drenched fucking sweaty person. Rich Howell, Cleveland, Cox, and Lance Cannon got promoted. And Hutchinson just got promoted lieutenant.
Cleveland Cox.
Cruz and
got
Shawbrush.
promoted to fucking sergeant.
Later, Davis heard about the promotions and that he had been passed over.
Sierra 437, I'm 1019. Fuck these motherfuckers.
He lashed out on his own body cam, all by himself. As he was driving away, you can hear him say, "You're going to be seeing a lot more of me."
If you would, I need you to back Bravo 1 so you can advise on suspect should be buried.
Seen a lot of
Please,
me.
please.
Have a great fucking day.
That wasn't frustration, that was a promise. After my encounter with him, I tried to file a formal complaint also, but Internal Affairs was waiting. Captain Becky Butcher came into the lobby herself and told me that the case was already closed before even taking my paperwork. On video, you can see her refuse the complaint.
Hey, how are you doing?
Great, how are you?
Yes, you will need to know the name.
Captain,
Yes, sir. How are
how are you
you?
going? Great, how are you?
Good. Nice to meet you.
Finn.
Yes, sir. Finn, nice to meet you, sir. Are they helping you okay?
Oh, yeah, she's having a hard time writing it all down, but... Just one, please. No, you did a great job.
You don't want, no, I was thinking because typos.
No, thank you.
All right.
I think you were the captain in charge of that incident.
What is that?
Do you do behavioral corrections with your deputies and stuff? Too? There's
Behavioral correction?
Yeah, I think I recognize your name from the incident. It's,
Which one is that?
where Kevin Davis was
Yeah.
with Pino Diaz, and they
Uh-huh.
pulled me over in my
Yes.
pickup truck with my kids.
Right.
Okay, that wasn't really addressed. All that was addressed was that the deputy didn't cite the homeless person with pedestrian on the roadway. The unlawful Terry stop was not addressed.
Okay. Okay.
The
The
chilling of my
administrative
First
inquiry
Amendment.
was completed, so do you have a copy of the administrative inquiry?
No,
And
I
that-
just
That's
have-
already been closed. I would suggest that you make a request for the administrative inquiry. It's already been addressed and approved through the sheriff and through OPS, so.
So even though it hasn't been fully addressed, that's it, it's closed?
It was addressed. Yeah, it's closed.
The fact that I was pulled over?
The fact that you were pulled over, yes, it's been addressed.
No, I think the only thing that was addressed was that he didn't get his supervisor when I asked
File a
one.
complaint, sir? You can go right ahead and file the complaint.
Okay,
We'll address
I'm
it.
filing the complaint. Again, this is
Okay.
me filing it, and I already did it online, and it's been ignored, so I came to record it
Where did you file it
on the sheriff's website.
How long ago did you file that?
Over a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago.
2 months ago.
Yeah.
Do you know, did you get a response?
No.
Tell me your last amendment. What is it? Okay.
I'm sorry, let me wrap up with her, Captain. My complaint documenting an unlawful detention and a threat to flag my plate was officially refused. Captain Becky Butcher was the head of internal affairs, and Butcher had sued the sheriff herself. Despite that conflict, she oversaw the very investigations that kept Davis on the street.
You obviously understand
Rights,
he was in
R-I-G-H-T-S,
Of course. You guys know that, right?
Crispy, C-R-I-S-P-Y, at gmail.com. Can I get one more for my kids? I couldn't help myself.
Yeah, I'll make sure that he understands that.
Okay, perfect.
Finn, is there anything else I can do for you, sir?
Well, yeah, you want to take this complaint and maybe correct that behavior?
You can
So,
forward that through. I'm not going to take it right now. I'm the PIO captain. I'm no longer over the patrol division.
Oh, okay.
So we'll forward that up through that other chain. They can take a look at it that way, okay?
but you did see the body cams of this event.
I did see the
right?
body cams of that event. Yes, I did.
Okay, I just requested those. So did
Oh,
you?
did you?
Yes. Did you see how there was a false narrative
I'm
created?
not going to get involved in this situation.
I
I've
know,
already dealt with
because
this
you
in
know
the
you're
past,
wrong.
and-
You guys are wrong on this one.
I'm not.
I
We
know.
have
I know.
opinions,
It's
right?
tough.
You have your opinion. We have our opinion. Your
And then this is the
interpretation, our
documentation that doesn't lie, and those body cams as well.
Okay.
Is yours activated right now?
I don't have a body cam,
Okay.
sir. I'm a captain.
You don't need to be
Captains
watched.
do not wear body cams.
Okay.
Typically, no, we don't need to be watched, but
All right.
yeah. So, but make your complaint. We'll.
I
forward it on up and
will.
we'll
I
do it,
will.
okay?
And you know what? This is the first official complaint I've ever had to do in 3 years of doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I usually let the video speak to the command staff, and
Well,
they usually take the proper corrective actions. And this
I'm
was
sorry that
totally
you feel that
ignored.
way,
You
but
blew
Finn-
over a couple really important facts.
Okay.
My Fourth Amendment right, my kids' Fourth Amendment right was violated.
Okay.
They were headed home to see their mom,
I'm familiar.
but they were stopped. And then they were questioned without me.
You were driving that vehicle. You were
Yes.
stopped. The children were not stopped.
Well,
They were occupants of that vehicle. They are juveniles, right? They are there acting as your children, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to argue with you about it.
Okay.
You're free to file this complaint. We'll deal with it at that patrol level.
You know they
for
were
the
wrong.
patrol. I'm not going to say that I'm wrong, sir.
Well,
Okay?
Yeah, I just filled out form.
Anything else I can help you
No, you can't help me.
Thank you, sir.
I wish you could. Complaints were ignored, investigations were closed in a day, and citizens were shut down. Internal affairs wasn't accountability. It was cover-up as policy. And Butcher wasn't clean herself. She unlawfully detained a 31-year-old black woman, demanding her ID, saying that she thought she was an at-risk youth. After the Gainesville police arrived and confirmed who the woman was and that they knew her, Becky Butcher decided to push the issue and demanded this woman's ID under threat of arrest.
Her, but I've seen her. Typically, you sit here, you sit at the curb on was that Main Street? Main Street and Fifth Third. She sits. We get calls on her all the time. Just before you were out with her, we had 2 calls pop up. Even the sergeant was calling them up, going, "Yeah, I'll take care of this." We're not responding to it because she's always here.
Does anybody run her? Makes it she's not a runner. She says she's 31 years old. She's almost 31 years old.
I was told that she was an adult. I've never dealt with her. I don't. You want to tell me your name so I can just make sure you're an
No, she's
adult?
got beautiful hair. Look at her. She's beautiful. She won't identify. She wants to risk going to jail for some petty, stupid charge. So.
Yeah.
But your police force knows who I am. I've given my name plenty of times already. I'm just tired of being harassed. So I'm just.
You're not being harassed, honey.
I am.
Here,
Because I'm.
you know who you're being harassed by? You know who you're being harassed by? Only for the people that drive by that call in on you. But we just kind of stop coming. But she's never seen you. She doesn't work our side. She doesn't get the calls because she's always out in the county. It's what she wears green. You know?
I've tried to explain to her a simple name or a social security number to determine if she's not trafficked, victimized, missing, but she wants to go to jail for a petty misdemeanor charge. So is that the route you want to go? I mean,
If that's where you're going, then you do it.
no,
Because, like
it's your
I said,
call, sweetheart. It's your call. It is your call. That's all I need from you. I've been very kind to you. I've been very kind to you. Are you in the back of the patrol car? You're not under arrest.
The police people.
Wouldn't it be easiest to give us your name so we can just be on our way?
Just do what y'all have to do because I'm tired of being harassed.
You're not being harassed at all. You're not being harassed at all. Well, let's go stand in front of his car. Your camera on?
I got my body worn camera on.
Oh, you got body work here? Just stand right here. Let me pat her down. Make sure you don't have anything on. This is dumb. You know that, right, Heaven? Do you have anything on you?
No.
Nothing on you?
No.
Then why don't you identify yourself? Do you have a
Because
problem?
I'm tired of being harassed. No, I don't have a shirt on under this. I just have my hoodie on.
Okay, at this point you're under arrest, okay? GPD's here, I just need one for transport, she's still refusing ID. You can give me your name and date of birth, sweetheart. I already told you this. I'm sorry, not to me you haven't, okay? We're not we're not playing this game. Don't pull away from me, okay? I gave you Yeah, okay, I believe you, all right? And so are you.
I'm already being paid.
No, ma'am, you're not. You're not. Thank you. Listen, you don't have to go this route, but you're choosing this, okay? You're choosing to do this. You don't have to do this. Okay, well, that's fine. You're going to go to jail, all right? You understand? You just in without, okay? Refusing to identify yourself. I made contact with you on the side of the road. You're required to identify yourself to a law enforcement officer, okay? I'm here to make sure you're not a misdemeanor, you're not in danger, you're not being trafficked, you don't have a warrant. He doesn't know you. He told you. He doesn't know you.
I don't know which ones know you.
And the ones that do know you are not working right now. We don't have 5 law enforcement officers that work in the county and the city. All you have to do is identify yourself. I will let you go sit right back there in the grass if you want to.
Can you give me your last name so I can just make sure?
Please. You're making this much harder than it is.
She doesn't want to do a report. We all want to get out of the rain.
Jail,
so.
we're about to get wet. And I'm still without groceries. Okay, well, we can probably take you to Grace or somewhere else to get you out of the rain. Okay, are you going to give us your name or not? Please make this easy on yourself. Every time you come into contact with law enforcement, we're going to ask you your name and date of birth. Because we all don't know who you are. I don't know you, okay? I understand your belief system. I understand that you are free, and I respect that. But you also need to understand the law and that you're required to identify yourself.
Now, Captain Victoria Young of the Gainesville Police Department saw this incident and filed a complaint citing that Becky Butcher had no probable cause for this unlawful detainment. But since Becky Butcher was not just the shield for herself and Davis, she was a major instigator in the lawsuit. And Clovis Watson was sued by Becky Butcher also. They settled and he voided that complaint. Not because she wasn't wrong, it was because the sheriff didn't follow procedure and violated her officer's Bill of Rights. They have too much protection against wrongdoing. And as soon as the sharks smelled blood in the water, the other lawsuits followed.
Captain Butcher retired.
Yes, I know. She hightailed it out of here.
When this administration took office, Sheriff Scott believes in high-level accountability.
I know. I spoke to him for about an hour.
And we're just, there were things that happened in the past that we're not happy about. I don't want to get off on a tangent on that.
Yeah.
We're addressing issues as they come up.
Harasses testified during day 3 of the discrimination lawsuit against former Alachua County Sheriff Clovis Watson.
Sergeant Davis says he was passed over for promotions while working under previous Sheriff Clovis Watson because he's white.
Davis's lawyers claim Watson favored black deputies over Davis, a white man.
That's just not who I am as a person.
The former sheriff says these allegations do not represent him and adds out of the 150 people he promoted, 120 were white.
We also heard from current Sheriff Chad Scott. Davis's lawyers said when Scott worked under Clovis Watson, he wanted Davis fired for his social media violation. The defense asked Scott if he believes Davis can face discrimination because he is a white man, and Chad Scott said no.
Kevin Davis came to you to talk to you about what he saw as being acts of discrimination, right?
Right.
And he talked to you about things that were happening to him that he believed were retaliation for complaining about discrimination. And you testified under oath in your deposition that you told him that he may not understand what racism is, right?
Yes.
Okay, in fact, what you told him was that because he is white, Kevin Davis couldn't know what discrimination was.
And that's basically what I went through.
That's what you told him.
Right.
Verdict is in, ending an emotional week-long racial discrimination trial against former Alachua County Sheriff Clovis Watson.
Do you find from a greater weight of evidence that the sheriff made the decision not to promote plaintiff because of plaintiff's race? Answer, yes.
A decision was made in a trial against former Alachua County Sheriff Clovis Watson Jr. in his racial discrimination lawsuit filed by a white former ASO deputy. Kevin Davis alleged Watson passed him over for promotions when he was sheriff because of his race. When he complained, Davis says Watson retaliated. The all-white jury decided Davis will receive the $115,000 in back pay and for damages in pain and suffering.
Sorry. $15 million.
Davis's attorneys initially requested between $3 to $8 million. During closing arguments, the plaintiff emphasized this was a matter of race over merit.
Well, it was favoritism, in our opinion, based off race. That was the general consensus. He was the only black individual participating in the upcoming promotional process, and he had the least amount of experience, and they gave him the position.
This was just something else for him to complain about. Just consistent with his personality that has a difficulty accepting whoever is the sheriff at that particular time.
Harass the homeless, abuse authority, get protected by internal affairs, then claim victimhood when called out. That's the pattern, a symbol of how broken oversight in Alachua County really is. Sergeant Kevin Davis represents more than misconduct. He represents the system's blind spot. One officer protected, dozens of citizens silenced. We're told to move on, but until accountability is real, we're not moving anywhere.
Sorry, Charlie.